everyone, Phantom Queen here. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are in our test world, or tutorial world here today. Today we are going to be learning how to make a pumpkin form. Now, this pumpkin form, as you can see, is a bit different. It does work. It works very well, actually. I just finished building this, and already I have like a couple pumpkins in there. What you need for this build is 12 chests, 10 light blocks. It doesn't matter what kind of light blocks they are, you just need light blocks. You need 86 hoppers. I'm sorry about the amount, but my tutorials are mostly going to be for people who aren't that Redstone savvy like me. Since I'm not Redstone savvy, I come up with creative ways to do the same thing as Redstone builds, except a bit different. So instead of having a hopper minecart underneath the pumpkin form, gathering up all the pumpkins that the pistons break, instead there are hoppers. You will see how this works in a minute. You are going to need 2 trapdoors to help you build this, 1 water bucket, 40 dirt, 40 mud, a hoe to hoe the dirt. You're going to need 40 pumpkin seeds. You're going to need 40 temporary blocks. These are blocks that are meant to be broken later on. I'm using sand. You can use whatever. You need 40 absorbers and 40 pistons. And then you need 80 redstone dust. That is a stack and 16 dust. And let us get started. Firstly, I'm going to grab a few things just for decorating. I'm going to grab a mud block. And then I'm going to grab some spruce logs, planks, and glass. You don't need to do this. This is just how I do things. Now, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, we are right in the middle. First thing you want to do is dig a hole 3 by 3 in the ground. Next thing you're going to want to do is place down 3 chests that are double, okay? You're going to want to put 3 double chests down. Then you're going to want to attach hoppers to those and place double chests on top, like this. Next, you're going to want to put 3 more hoppers right there. Then you want to cover it up with whatever building material you are using, just so you don't think that those 3 are part of the form bit. Next, you're going to build out 9 with the hoppers. So see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how far you want to go. Then you're going to do the same for the other 2 sides, except you build out by 8. Like that. We're going to do the same on this side here. There. Then you're going to do this. Put a hopper on each side of the last one, facing inward. So now whenever something goes in, it will flow all the way down to the middle chest, and it will work. Then you're going to come over here and put hoppers down twice. Like that. So you're going to build out twice from the 3rd hopper facing inwards. I'm going to do it again. See? 1, 2. You do this the entire way. And now, I forgot to do it on this side. Now, you're going to do 1 more out on each side with only the last ones. Then you're going to build back like this. You don't have to do it like this if you don't want to. I'm just doing it so the middle one will still get pumpkins as well. So it fills up as well. And it's not just for show, basically. This is because the reason why there are 3 instead of like 2 chests here is because symmetrical. I want it to be symmetrical. Okay, soon as you're done with the hoppers, we can put the hoppers away along with the chests. As soon as you're done with the hoppers, you grab out your mud, your dirt, and your water bucket along with one of the trapdoors. Next, you're going to figure out where the middle is. You go in by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You stand in the middle, you shift, and then you put dirt on top of the hoppers that are surrounding you. Done? Okay. Next, you're going to put water right in the middle and put a trapdoor right on top of it. Then you're going to put the dirt down in a diagonal pattern from where the dirt is placed next to the water. You see, you're going to do a checkerboard pattern with the dirt and the mud. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm going to put the mud down in a minute, soon as I finish with the dirt. You have to be shifting while you do this, because otherwise you're just going to open up all of the hoppers as you try to do this. You can hear that form going in the background. Work on putting your mud down as soon as you're done with your dirt. This is just like the sugarcane form where the mud is not a full block, so that makes it so hoppers placed directly underneath it can pick up the blocks. If we look over here, you will see the amount of pumpkins in the chest have already doubled, basically. Soon as you're done with that, you're going to put the mud, the water, the dirt, and the trapdoor away, except you would have already used them all up. Keep one trapdoor with you and get ready to use it. As you move on, you're going to want to plant as you go. So for me, you're gonna need your temporary blocks now. This is where we get into the temporary blocks, pistons, and absorbers. You're going to want to go down 2 at a time, mind you, 2 at a time, and put the sand down on each of the dirt blocks in a row of 2 like this. It should look like this. Then you're going to want to jump up and place the absorbers on the redstone like this. I mean, on the sand like this from above. See what I'm doing? Now, you're going to want to go down, break the temporary blocks. Now, you can do this along the way. You can bone meal along the way, because otherwise it will take a bit for all the pumpkin seeds to grow. But you're going to want to hoe the dirt underneath the pistons. I mean, underneath the absorbers before you do anything else. Then you're going to want to bone meal them if you want to bone meal them along the way. If you don't and just want to let them grow naturally, that's fine. I prefer to bone meal them because otherwise it can take a while for them all to grow. Next, you're going to put a trapdoor down. You're going to flip it up, step underneath it, and move to the side, and then break it. You're going to grab your pistons and put them down. Be careful not to step out from underneath the absorbers or pistons. Make sure you're underneath them the entire time you're placing the pistons down, because otherwise you will wind up putting them on the side like this if you do not do it from underneath. Grab your redstone when you're done. Put a temp block down so you can get up. you guys won't be able to fly. Then put the redstone down on top of all of the pistons and absorbers that you have just placed down. Then you want to do it all again. See what I mean by doing it little as you go? Gonna just break the temporary blocks again. And then you want to hold them again. Hold the door again, is what I mean. Then you plant. And then bone meal. The reason we're not bone mealing it after we have put the pistons and redstone on is because I'm just gonna break that. As you can see, pumpkins will grow sometimes when you bone meal. So you're gonna get a few pumpkins along the way. But the reason we are not putting the redstone and pistons on for us before going underneath and bone mealing them all is because the pistons, if you bone meal while everything is already set up, all the redstone, the pistons will just attack you. They will just attack you for how much bone meal you use. So once again, place down a temp block when you're done placing all of that, and then place the redstone on top. Ta-da! Then you're going to want to go and put temp blocks down again. This one will be a little different because you're going to take your light block, whichever light block you're using, whether it be glowstone, moosh light, whatever, shroom light, or frog lights, sea lanterns, whatever, and then you're going to put 2 down right there, right in the middle. You see? Right there. Then you're going to just continue on with the rest of the build. As you can see, it just walked right there. You're going to continue on with the rest of the build. And just hold the ground, place the pistons, place the absorbers. That's basically all you need to do for this bit. Alright, we placed all the pistons and the seeds and absorbers down, so you can go ahead and put those away. I'm just going to quickly place the redstone down now, just to finish up the form. And while we were doing this, it did go off quite a couple times, and we got 7 pumpkins from that just while we were building it. Let's go check out how many pumpkins we have over here. 35, 21, 30. So that gives us a stack of pumpkins and 22. Make that 23. So yes, you got a stack of pumpkins and 23. Now, we will need a few more of the lights and whatnot just to keep it working. So use whatever block you want to go out to build around it so it covers up the dirt, mud, and the hoppers. I'm using spruce just because it is a nice block and I like it. It's better than when I was testing this build to figure out if it would actually work. I decided to make it out of pumpkins. Yeah, I made the build out of pumpkins. I was tired. But this form works with pumpkins, it works with melons. I just realized that there's one that's not bone mealed all the way. That's gonna bug the heck out of me if I don't bone meal it. There you are. Okay. Now take 2 light blocks and place them on the edge like this. There, that will light up those blocks. Then you want to take glass and go like this all the way to the end. Leave 2 blocks on the end and without having glass placed on them. Place one of your light blocks, place your edge block, and then place another light block on the other side of the pumpkin form, like this. Repeat that all the way around the pumpkin form. Okay, like this. This way, your pumpkin form is lit up, and you still get to see inside. Build up one more block, but cover the blocks you just placed down with a different building block. Like I'm covering the glass and the lights with spruce planks, but I'm putting the spruce logs on top of spruce logs. Next, you're going to want to take trapdoors and cover the lights up like so. See? That way the lights do not stick out like a sore thumb. You can build this up another if you want to completely hide the redstone up here. If not, enjoy your pumpkin or melon form. Like I said, it works for both. So pumpkin, melon, whichever form you want, it will work. Once again, I know there's a lot of hoppers involved in this form, but my tutorials, the forms that I make, are for redstone noobs like me. I am not a big fan of redstone. I can't quite get the hang of it. I can't get the hang of rails. I can't get the hang of it. So I experiment. I make forms like this that I can use with simple tools like hoppers and like the pistons and the absorbers. Those are easy enough to use when it's something simple like this or like the sugarcane form. That right there, that is a bamboo form. It is the exact same design as the sugarcane form. It just doesn't have the water in it. But yeah. Excuse me, sir. That's the second time you've interrupted me. But yeah, as you can see, it works. It works fine. It's actually a very good pumpkin form, very fast. And you don't have to wait for the hopper to put it, I mean, you don't have to wait for a minecart to put it in the hopper where it will not actually put all the items in at once. Because I have noticed that with hopper minecart systems, it they just go right over the the stuff. They just go right over the hopper that you have connected to a chest and it puts like one or two in at a time. That's not very efficient. So, ta-da! I hope you've all learned something today. I hope you all like the form. You can experiment on your own if you want to make this a bit more iron friendly, if you will. But this is the pumpkin form that I came up with. So, adios, amigos. Phantom Queen, over and out.